You know what's weird? We live in a hyper-connected world, but the idea of having few friends, or even no friends, still feels like a secret shame. Nobody talks about it openly. We pretend everyone has a bustling social calendar. But what if having a small circle, or even no circle, isn't a problem? What if it's just you? I spend my time reading these papers so you don't have to, and what I found about people who have few friends is truly fascinating. It turns out you're probably not broken. Your brain might just be doing something very logical. First, let's clear something up. There's a huge difference between loneliness and solitude. This is crucial. Loneliness, according to researchers Cacioppo and Hockley, is that painful gap. It's when your desired social connections don't match your actual ones. You could be surrounded by people and still feel profoundly lonely. Solitude, that's a conscious choice. It's about being alone and loving it. It's productive. It's peaceful. So why do some of us gravitate towards fewer connections? Psychologists identify three main types of social withdrawal. You might recognize yourself in one of these. There are the shy folks. They want to connect, but fear holds them back. Then there are the avoidant. These people fear rejection, so they pull away as a protective mechanism. But then there are the unsociable. This is key. These individuals simply have a low internal need for affiliation. They're comfortable alone. They thrive in it. This distinction comes from research by Boker and colleagues in 2018. It's not about fear, it's about preference. Now, where does this preference come from? Often, it starts early. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby, explains a lot. If you developed an avoidant attachment style as a kid, you might subconsciously minimize friends as an adult. It's a way of avoiding vulnerability, to sidestep emotional dependency. Your brain is just trying to protect you from perceived hurt. And here's a reality check from Robin Dunbar. He proposed Dunbar's number. Our brains have a cognitive limit to how many truly deep best friends we can maintain. For truly deep best friends, that limit is usually only 3 to 5 people. So having a small circle isn't a flaw. It might just mean you're prioritizing quality over quantity, and your brain is just doing its job. But we can't ignore the flip side. A meta-analysis by Julianne Holt-Lundstad and her team is pretty sobering. They looked at over 300,000 people. They found that a low level of social connection is as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that. Our species is inherently social. So if you're lonely, your brain genuinely perceives that as a survival threat. However, remember those unsociable people? Boker's 2018 study found something incredible. While shy and avoidant people often show higher risks of depression, the unsociable ones, they were actually more creative, and they didn't have that increased depression risk. This tells us that preferring solitude can be a sign of self-sufficiency, even genius. Picture this: Isaac Newton during the Great Plague of London. He retreated to his family estate, isolated, friendless. But this period, his annus mirabilis, was when he developed calculus, gravity, and theories of light. He was profoundly unsociable, and it seems for him that solitude was fertile ground for intellectual breakthrough. John Cacioppo put forward an evolutionary theory for loneliness. He says it's like hunger or pain, a biological signal. It prods us to reconnect for safety. For those chronically lacking friends, your brain can go into hypervigilance. You become extra sensitive to social threats, which ironically makes you retreat even further. It's a vicious cycle. Here's another wild fact. Neuroscientist Naomi Eisenberger's work shows that social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain, specifically the anterior cingulate cortex. To your ancient brain, being kicked out of the tribe or friend group is a physical injury. You're vulnerable to predators, so even if you're safe in your apartment today, your brain might still be flooding you with stress hormones. So, what can you do with this? First, reframe. Is it loneliness or solitude you're feeling? If it's the latter, embrace it. Intentional solitude can boost emotional intelligence. If it's anxiety holding you back from connections, you might need to build your social muscle. Exposure therapy isn't just for phobias. As documented by Hoffman, start small. A brief chat with a barista, a wave to a neighbor. Tiny interactions lower your sensitivity to social threat. And consider your attachment style. Understanding if your few friends are a protective mechanism can be powerful. If you're avoidant due to past hurts, working with a therapist on trust could open doors to deeper intimacy. You're not trying to become someone else, you're just giving your brain new data. Of course, this isn't a simple picture. There's a cultural bias at play here. Most of these loneliness studies come from weird countries: Western, educated, industrialized, rich, democratic. In these individualistic cultures, lacking friends is often more stigmatized. In collectivist societies, family might fill that social gap completely. And let's not forget the quality versus quantity argument. Critiques of the loneliness epidemic often highlight this. One deep, meaningful connection with a partner, a sibling, even just one friend can completely negate the negative effects of having no friends in a wider sense. It's not about the count, it's about the depth. And finally, researcher Bella DePaulo talks about single-at-heart people. She argues that not everyone needs close friends or partners to be happy. Some people genuinely flourish in autonomy. Trying to fix their lack of connections can be more about societal pressure than their actual well-being. So, whether you have a bustling social calendar or just a couple of trusted souls, or even none, the important thing is to understand why. Is it a conscious choice, a protective mechanism, a natural preference? You aren't broken. You're just human. And understanding your own wiring is the first step to truly thriving. If this deep dive helped you understand your own mind, subscribe and join our community. We have a lot more to dissect. See you in the next analysis.